Alright, what's up, hackers? It's your old pal Dark Hoodie. It's been a while, been real busy. Thought I'd do another video. Back with another TryHackMe room. This one is called Anthem. It says, exploit a Windows machine in this beginner level challenge. Before we get into it, let's talk about our drink for the day. This is McFarland's Reserve. It's bourbon, 90 proof, and reminiscent of Woodford Reserve. And it was a recommendation to me from my local booze place. So if you're in the mood for a drink, please, by all means, pour yourself something and let's get into the room. I'm going to scroll down here. Obviously the VM is running. This task involves you paying attention to details and finding the keys to the castle. This room is designed for beginners, however, everyone is welcome to try it out. Enjoy the anthem. So there are several questions here. I've got some questions. What ports on the web server? We can scroll down. There's a number of questions. And also a place for not just 1 and 2, but 4 flags. My VPN is running. I took the liberty of running my Nmap scan. Let's have a look. So as I scroll here, I see 2 ports are open. Port 80, which is running Microsoft HTTP API, and port 3389, which is running a Microsoft web server. Which is strange because port 3389 is typically used for remote desktop. So we may have to revisit that. But in the meantime, we definitely know it's a Windows machine because here is NetBIOS, and we have a DNS computer name. All these names begin with Win. And my scan has revealed it's definitely some type of either Windows Server or Windows 10. We don't know for sure. So let's take the IP address first and see what we're working with. So we have here the site anthem.com, and it says they're hiring. I could use a job. Let's look at our first question. What is the port for the web server? We have 2 characters to fill in here, and we know from our scan that we have 80 and 3389. So let's try 80 first. Okay. And we have what port is for remote desktop service? Well, we know already it is port 3389. All right. And now we have here, what is a possible password in one of the pages web crawlers check for? Well, let's see. We are not presented with any kind of a field to type in a password. Let's have a look at the source code and see if there's anything there that is revealing. I'll always like to look here. During our hard times, our beloved admin managed to save our business by redesigning the entire website. As we all around here knows how much I love writing poems, I decided to write one about him. Alright, well. Oh, look at this. This could be something interesting. There's a TryHackMe flag here. I don't know what it's for, but this is worth making a note of. So we'll keep this in mind. Let's go back to this page. Let's read this article. Send me your CV at jd@anthem.com. So that's somebody's email address. Cheers to our IT department. Born on a Monday, christened on a Tuesday. Why does it sound familiar? Born on a Monday, christened on a Tuesday. Born on a Monday. It is a Solomon Grundy nursery rhyme. Keep that thought in mind. A possible password, so I need to figure out a page where I can get a field. I don't do this often, but I'm going to look at robots.txt, and if you don't know, robots.txt is basically what tells the web page what they can and cannot reveal. So Umbraco is the best. What is Umbraco? Oh, it's a CMS. Okay. Let's just see what happens if I do this. Nothing seems to be happening. If I do anthem.com/Umbraco, let's see if that shows us something. Oh, we got an error. Oh, 404 does not exist. Okay. I will go back to the IP address. 162.62. You know, it may be possible that I need to add Anthem to the Etsy hosts folder. That might actually help me a little. Well, I don't need this anymore, so I will get rid of this. And I will do 10.66.162.62 and do anthem.com. Alright, and now if I do anthem.com/umbraco. Huh. Still not enough, so what am I missing? Let's see. It's a different anthem. Not exactly the one that I added. That's odd. All right. Well, at least I've got this, so we'll keep this in mind. Maybe I will go back and remove that, because I'm pretty sure it's not the... Actually, let's use the IP address again and see if that 10.66.162.62. Let's try doing a dir search. See if it gives me anything. Ten dot 66.162.62 user share word lists dir buster cd/usr/share/word lists/dir buster. Let's go with medium. Ah, look at that. I never had it installed. Okay, let's try this again. Huh, something just went by that said Umbraco. There are a lot of subdirectories here. Oh boy, this is long. Okay, we're going to wait this out though. A lot going on here. This is going and going and going. Let's roll this up from the beginning. So the 200s are what are actually here. So we have a search, blog, we have sitemap, RSS feeds, archive, archive blog. Categories. Authors. Tags. Oh, it says install Umbraco. Oh, okay. We got a login. Happy Super Sunday. Let's try admin password. Let's try admin. That's not working. Let's see if the default creds are lying in here somewhere. That's my question, right? It's what's a possible password in one of the pages web crawlers check for. For full functionality, here's the Do I run a John the Ripper or a Hydra? Let's see. Oh, well, there's some other questions we can answer. What CMS is the website using? So I can say Bracco. We'll skip ahead one. What is the domain of the website? And that is anthem.com. All right. And what is the name of the administrator? So if I do 10.66.162.62, it'll take us back to this Anthem page. I saw something before. Oh, here we go. Maybe it's this. JD@anthem.com. What was the question? What is the admin? Oh, what's the email address of the admin? It's probably this JD one. Let's see. No? The author says Jane Doe. What's the name of the administrator? Oh, during our hard times, our beloved admin managed to do something. Okay. Well, I have 3 names here and only space for 2. And I noticed that we have that Solomon Grundy poem here, right? Born on a Monday. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, took ill Thursday, worse on Friday, died Saturday, buried Sunday. This is the end of Solomon Grundy. Solomon Grundy. Okay. That worked. I still gotta figure out this password thing. Can we find the email address of the admin? Properties. Nothing there. Tags. And nothing there. jd@anthem.com. What if I just type that in? jd@anthem.com. Still no. Huh. Well, it says the author is Jane Doe. Oh, look at this. There's another flag here. So that's worth keeping. That's 2 flags I got so far. I don't know why. So jd@anthem.com. Anthem. Let's see what our clue says. There's another email address on the site that should help us figure out the email pattern used by the admin. Alright, there's another email address. If I type in James Orchard Hallowell, well, it is highly doubtful that this man has an email address. How's my time? Alright, I'm going to have to extend this pretty soon, in 18 minutes to be exact. What is discus? Nothing there. There's a Twitter account, there's a Facebook account, and there's, well, Google Plus doesn't exist anymore. Maybe it's on the CMS page. You know, now that I think about it, Jane Doe wasn't working. Solomon Grundy, let's pretend for a minute that he has an email address. Holy crap, that worked. Okay, who knew? It was right there all along. What is a possible password in one of the pages the web crawlers check for? All right. You know what? I'm going to go for the John thing. Is this finally done? No, this is still going. Let's kill this. Clear that out. And I have a cheat sheet that I like to use since I'm really bad with syntax. So let's see. Should I do Hydra? Not Fuff. I think I have one for John. Let's see. I think this is the one to use. I thought I had one for John. You know, as important as it is to run certain things by memory, it's even more important just to know where to find the answers, even if you don't know them off the top of your head. And, you know, I use cheat sheets all the time. I try to make them up myself. And you know something? I'm not gonna lie. I am going to use hacker.ai just for the syntax purposes. I want to brute force a web page, a login page for a site, and need the syntax for Hydra. Okay. Okay. So, all right, so let's do this one. I'm going to copy this. I will go back to my terminal, and I'm going to paste this here. And oh, I think I had this already. HTTP post form path. Let's look at my sheet again. I think it's going to be admin. Let me go back to here. What if I use John the Ripper? Oh, John is not for brute forcing login pages, of course. Okay. So back to my cheat sheet. And you know what? I do have that reverse shell. Ten 66, 162, 62. 10.66.162.6. What will happen if I just do this? Nope. I'm missing something. Let me get the proper syntax here. I'm going to try this. Dot 66.162.62. Let's see what this gives me. While that's running, let's go to spot the flags. Anthem, we are hiring. What is flag 1? Ooh, excuse me, folks. All right, I found a couple of flags before. There was one in here. I don't think I need this anymore. Or this for that. Well, let's leave that up. There was a flag here. Oh yeah, categories and tags were empty. This is still running, okay. Rocku.txt is enormous, so where did I? go back to where we saw some flags. Here's one, THM. Let's see which one will fit this one. This is kind of a short one. I think it's this one. So it might be flag 2. Alright. Flag 1 was that big one we saw before. Now I got to get back to that page. No, this ain't it. Let me go back. Happy Super Sunday. How's my scan going? Still running. We are hiring. Jane Doe. Oh, there it is. It was under Jane Doe. So here's the other flag. Oh, it's clickable too. Oh, that's it. Let's go back. Let's copy. Is this it? No? Maybe it's this one. All right. All right. 2 out of 4. Anthem, we are hiring. Let's see if there's any more flags in some of these source code pages. Oh, look at that. There's one right here. I'll bet it's this first one, because it was on the Anthem We Are Hiring page. And what is flag 4? Alright, I got 3 out of 4. Not bad. Gotta get that password though. How am I gonna get that password? How's my scan going? It's still running. You know, I didn't check the source code on this page. Huh? Look at that. Cheers to our IT department. This has to be the 4th. Alright, and okay. Lesson to us all. Don't leave anything in the source code pages. I got my dog here. He wants attention, so I'm taking a minute to scratch his head. Maybe one day I'll share a picture of him. Okay, so I got one more question to ask here about a possible password. Hydra's still running. How else am I going to get to this? Let's see how long it takes for Hydra to break this. You know, I'm wondering if the password is that Umbraco is the best that we saw in the robots.txt. And since this is a Windows machine, maybe I can use xfree RDP. I wonder. .66.162.62, and then I'm going to go back to that robots. Could this be the password? Huh, that was it. All right, final stage. Oh, there's more stuff here. Let's figure out, let's go get into the box using the intel we gathered. Let's figure out the username and password to log into the box. The box is not on a domain. Well, I don't think we need this anymore, since we know. And I suspect that because we got the email address of SG, that's probably the username, and not JD. Solomon Grundy, and maybe Anthem. Alright, let's see. What is the, what is the syntax to use? X freer RDP. Okay. So let's give this a shot. Let's get back to my terminal. And now dot 66.162.62, and we'll do SG, and we'll do Umbraco is the best. Shit. Oh boy. Nope. It's been a while, folks. I need to get back into this. I've been spending most of my time with my cybersecurity business that I recently established, protecting clients. Umbraco is the best. Huh. Alright, that's good. Do I trust the cert? Yes. Sweet. Alright. We're getting somewhere. Okay. This is our Windows machine. What are my other questions? What is the contents of user.txt? So let's get here. Is this it? Yep. So there's a text file on the desktop. Oh, there's a flag. This must be user.txt. Let's copy that, go back to our room. Alright, can we spot the admin password? Alright, let's see. Well, to get the admin, let's go to the accounts. Let's open up Windows Explorer. Let's go to C. Let's Let's look under users. There's administrator. Okay. Shit. Let's try the Umbraco one. Umbraco is the best. No? Rats. Okay, that didn't work. I am going to open up a command prompt. Well, it won't let me do it as an admin, but I will open it up anyway. Alright, that looks pretty normal. Let's see if there might be any hidden files. App data, application data, local settings. Okay, let's go back to the root. And let's try that command again. Okay, there's a backup folder. Oh, there's a folder called restore.txt. Let's see what's in there. Oh, well, damn. Can't get in there either. But I feel like it's got something. Let's take a look at our hidden items here. There's backup. There's restore. Can't get in that way either. I am going to try to do this, although I don't know. Okay, administrator. And now let's... I wonder if I can do full control. Okay, that's good. Still, huh? What the hell? That should have worked. I wonder if SG can do this. Let's do advanced. Let's see if there is a... Let's see if SG is in here. There's Solomon Grundy. Let's give Solomon full control. Maybe I can view it as our buddy Solomon. Ugh. I had to be Solomon. Isn't that weird? I had to be Solomon in order to read the flag instead of being the admin, which doesn't make much sense to me, but okay. Let's go back to the room. Oh, I meant to check the room. Oh, I got 45 minutes left. Let's add an hour, just to be sure. I mean, I know we're almost done, but... Escalate your privileges to root, and what's the contents of root.txt? So now what I'm going to do is I am going to reconnect to the machine as an admin. So now I'm going to exit out of this because I'm logged in as Solomon Grundy right now, I believe. Yeah. See, I'm here as Solomon Grundy. Going back to my terminal. Let me get back to my little thing here. Where did I do that X? I didn't do that from here. Did I do it from here? Yep. So now I'm going to do administrator. And I'm going to use this password. Change me baby one more time. All right, that's looking good so far. And I see a root document here, and there is our final flag. Okay, so what did we learn? Leaving text files on desktops, leaving passwords, big no-no, and also leaving clues in the source code pages, bad idea. Not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So as you see, I had to use my AI for my syntax, which is just something I have a hard time memorizing, even with my cheat sheets. Anyway, so we're done. I hope you learned something as much as I did. And I hope to see you all again in the next video. Until then, bottoms up and hack the planet.